I hadn't actually heard of Santa Who until today when I was browsing Amazon Prime and came across this, and I'm actually really surprised I hadn't heard of it because it was really good. That's not to say it's the best film I've ever seen, but there are a lot of aspects about this that I really love. So, this film was released in 2000, and actually, I feel like it felt a little bit older than that. When I was watching it, I wasn't aware of when it was created. I just forgot to check, and I felt like it was a 90s, like early 90s or late 80s film, maybe around the Miracle on 34th Street remake, but it's not. It's in the 2000s, and it was actually released, I believe, as a TV episode in the Wonderful World of Disney. They have some really pretty interesting films, so I'm not surprised that I enjoyed it. It was directed by William Deere and written by Deborah Frank and Steve L. Hayes, and stars Leslie Nielsen as Santa Claus. And I won't give any spoilers into the plot with how it develops, but I will read the description from IMDb, which is just one line. Santa suffers a case of amnesia on the eve of his busiest season. Self-explanatory, really. Santa gets amnesia in... Are they in New York? Certainly in America. It could be New York. But he's in America anyway. And he gets amnesia and he doesn't know who he is. And he doesn't know that he is Santa Claus. And a little boy called Zack truly believes in him. But there are certain adults who don't. And it's basically all about Santa, who is called Nick in this. He gets called Nick, trying to work out who he was and how we got there. And I like the sense of dramatic irony where we know things about this Santa Claus and how he got there that he doesn't know. I think it works really well. I did think, how is Santa Claus going to behave as Santa when he doesn't know he's Santa? Will he behave like a normal man? Because I don't think Santa has ever behaved like a normal man before in any show or film that I've seen. He's always had magic at his fingertips. We don't really see him doing too many normal things, to be honest. We don't see him brewing a pot of coffee or, standing in line to get something from a shop. He doesn't really do normal everyday things. He does a stint as Santa Claus in a department store, which is lovely because even though he doesn't know that he is Santa, he's still acting like Santa in the sense that he's loving with the children, he's very friendly with them, and he's got a lovely demeanour, and he's very jolly, even though he is not aware of who he is or anything. He kind of still just has that warmth about him, and I love that portrayal. I never thought I'd say that Leslie Nielsen is one of my Santa Clauses, but he is. Without a doubt, Richard Attenborough is my Santa Claus. Miracle on 34th Street was my childhood favourite Christmas film. Still is my favourite Christmas film. And I have to say that Nielsen's Santa Claus has to be in the top 5. Absolutely love his performance. Max Morrow plays Zack, and he was wonderful. A great child actor. Obviously not a child actor anymore. And I just loved the way that Zack believed in Santa Claus from straight away. And it does emulate quite a lot of Miracle on 34th Street, both the original and the remake. It's definitely, consciously or otherwise, taken a lot from that, which I love because I love that film. And it's not a complete clone, it doesn't feel like a copycat, but it's certainly giving off the same In God We Trust kind of vibes. There's nothing about this film that I do not like. It's not the best film in the world, it's not the crispest, the cleanest, the most flawless, but the development of the narrative is very satisfying. The performances all round were great. I didn't think anybody was wooden. Obviously, Leslie Nielsen is fantastic, and he's brilliant as Santa Claus, and just not what I expected at all. Not that I expected his performance would be bad, but I just couldn't visualize him as Santa, but it works. It really works. I would have liked more festive music in this. There wasn't really very much of it. And there wasn't really a lot of, decorating trees or gift wrapping or any other kind of traditional Christmas things. But because it is all about Santa, it does have a lot of Christmas vibe to it, which is great. So it's not perfect. I don't usually give star ratings, mainly because I struggle to make up my mind, but I'd say I'd give it a 4 out of 5. IMDb gives a total of 5.2 out of 10, so the equivalent of 2.5 out of 5, which I think that's far too low. I don't know why people haven't enjoyed it that much. This is also apparently, Leslie Nielsen has also apparently played Santa 2 other times. I'm going to have to look out for those. But you should definitely check it out if you can. As I said, I saw it on Prime, so it's still going to be there just now. Very quickly could become a Christmas favourite.